I'm gonna give you 6 keys to train like a veteran athlete, and we're gonna start right now. What's up everybody, it's Dane Miller from GarageStrength.com, and if this is your first time to the channel and you're interested in training like an athlete, you wanna be more explosive, you wanna be a little bit more limber, make sure that you like, you subscribe, and you ring that notification bell so we can help you be more athletic. So a lot of clients and a lot of athletes that end up stopping their athletic career, maybe they start to age out, they have kids, life happens, right? And a lot of times we miss training like athletes. We want to start to train like athletes again, and it does have a lot of benefits on your lifestyle. One of the stories that I love to tell is that if I'm walking down the steps, I'm holding my twins, right? I've got twins in my hands, Keenan's in my left hand, Seneca's in my right. I'm walking down the steps. I've slipped walking down the steps, but because I do a decent amount of explosive work, I do a lot of jumps, I do a lot of things that help me be more coordinated, that help me be more athletic, I'm able to brace myself from falling with my kids in my hands. And I think that that goes a long way with overall healthy lifestyle. And that's a really, really important factor that we've got to keep inside of our training. But the key here is that as we age, as we get a little bit older, we've got to be more specific about our warm-ups. We've got to be more in tune with our body. And that's going to take us into our first 2 keys, is that when I'm warming up or when I'm trying to train like an athlete, I want to do some dynamic movements in my warm-up, but I want to keep them a little bit simpler. And on top of that, that second key is that I want to train both unilateral movements and bilateral. And so our first exercise here that I like to utilize as a warm-up is going to be just a nice, easy banded RDL from a unilateral perspective, okay? So I can get in here, I can get a little pull, I get a little off balance, right? But as I do more reps, I start to wake up that posterior chain. I'm getting a little bit of a hip hinge. I'm starting to wake up my hamstrings. And on top of that, I'm doing some unilateral work. So now I can start to feel, oh, my right side's a little bit tight. You know, if I can warm up properly with this unilateral exercise, I get a little bit of tension in the band. I get that hip warmed up on my right side. I start to feel a little bit more mobile. Maybe I do 2 or 3 sets of that for 7 to 9 reps on each side. And then in between, I want to have an easy bilateral movement. So easy bilateral movement here, just a squat and a jump, right? So I want to get good depth here. Full foot is entirely down. And then I'm going to just have a nice little hop. And I might do this for 5 to 7 reps. Rest 30 seconds, and then get back into the band work. But what happens is it's gonna get my blood flowing, it's gonna get my heart rate up, and I'm gonna start to feel really good. I'm gonna start to feel nice and elastic as we get into this athlete-based workout. Okay, so we started off with that first key tip was just having a nice solid warm-up, and then the second key tip was training both unilaterally and bilaterally. And now we're heading into that third key tip. And when I'm doing my athlete-based workouts, I really think it's important to do that easier dynamic movement first. So this is something that I love to use. This is a nice, easy dynamic movement. We can do an explosive jump right over the hurdle here, mini hurdle, and pause, okay? Pause. And what ends up happening is that, and if you switch sides, you're gonna work that unilateral plane. You're gonna start to be a little bit more coordinated. You're gonna start to feel good. You're gonna start to be off balance like I just was, but you're gonna start to feel your body warm up. And as you're doing these jumps, you might work through 2 or 3 sets and it might be a little bit lower intensity, but by the time you get to the 3rd, 4th, 5th set, you're gonna start to feel really, really good. And then after you feel good, that's when we can get into those higher end, more complicated movements that's gonna help you feel really, really explosive. So our 4th key tip behind training like an athlete is make sure that that second exercise, that's gonna be your most difficult exercise for the workout. So again, I like having that unilateral, bilateral warm-up, a nice easy warm-up, but a little bit dynamic at the exact same time. Then we're gonna get into working that easy jump movement. When we do that easy jump, now we start to really wake up our nervous system, we start to feel more athletic. Okay, so that big key tip now, we're getting into that difficult exercise, and I love hurdle hops, okay? When I was a shot putter in college, we would hit hurdle hops for 4 to 6 weeks as we were going to peak for Big Tens or going to NCAAs, whatever it was, and it always made me feel like an absolute machine. And so this is a difficult exercise. This is a difficult movement. Typically we might have 3, 4, 5 hurdles in a row where we're just trying to be coordinated here and react quickly. And so right there, I was a little bit heavy on my feet. So one of the key factors is as you work through 4, 5, 6 sets of this, okay, 2 or 3, 4 hurdles in a row, try to react quickly and to land softly. If we can think about a really good cue, when we're throwing things into a wall or whatever it might be, being more ballistic, you wanna have a loud sound when you hit the wall if you're doing side med ball throws or anything like that, when you're being more athletic from a rotational perspective. When we're doing jumping movements where we wanna feel more athletic, you wanna be a little bit quieter, you wanna land a little bit softer. Still a little heavy on my feet. So make sure that that really difficult exercise is that second exercise in your workout, because now you're gonna be potentiated, you're gonna be nice and warmed up, and you're gonna execute that as well as you possibly can. Okay, so we went over that nice, easy, dynamic warm-up, right? And then we said train bilaterally, train unilaterally. Then we got into that easy first jump to start to loosen up. Then we got into that next cue, which was doing the hardest movement at the second place inside that workout. And now we're at the 5th and 6th key tips. And so that 5th key tip is to finish with an easier ballistic movement, okay? So a ballistic movement would be actually throwing something. So you could do medicine ball toss for height. You could do side sledgehammers or overhead sledgehammers. You could do med ball throws into the ground, whatever it is that you might wanna do. I personally really like to do dumbbell snatches. So I might grab, easy 110 and I wanna sit here and explode up, okay? Down, back up, and just sit here. And you might do 3, 4, 5 exercises or 5 reps. Explosive, okay? Nice and easy. You hit that ballistic movement, you feel explosive, it doesn't beat you up, you feel nice and good. Now that last 6th key tip, recovery. Make sure that you're eating really well. Make sure that you're getting into the sauna. If you're a little bit older, you wanna stay healthy, you wanna recover like an athlete, you wanna be explosive, get into the sauna 4 or 5 days a week. Eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight so that you can recover really well. Make sure you're eating your carbs, you're eating a lot of good fat, and you feel lean and healthy and explosive so that you can continue to coordinate rapidly. If you need help with athlete-based training, you're an older athlete and you're looking for a program that's simple, it's gonna help you feel strong, it's gonna help you look good and be explosive, click on the link down below. You can head over to GarageStrength.com. You can pick up our GHOSTFACE strength training program. It's a monthly subscription. You can get the first month free when you head over to GarageStrength.com. You can pick that up, and every single month you're gonna get new workouts to help you continue to train like an athlete. If you want more information behind athlete-based training or old man strength, click on this video right here. Until next time, guys, peace.